Oh yeah, you know what it is. It's me, your boy Scepterpan, and today we're playing another round of 80 Days, because you know it's Monday Fun Day, and we are starting a series. So, here we go. Oh yeah. So, we left off in Munich last time, and that's where we're back now. I left the game rolling, and so another day passed, so we're on day 5 now, and I forgot to get them a hotel, so... Stupid. Anyway, we'll see what happens. The hotel was too expensive. We had no option but to curl up in a shady spot under a tree like wild dogs and try our luck outside. I could barely believe what we had been reduced to. Oh my. So early on in our trip, I awoke twice as tired as when I'd lain down. Relations with fog have deteriorated slightly. Your character is now organized. Well, at least that's a good thing. I don't know why you become organized if you don't manage your shit. But whatever. Shit. Where did we where did we leave off? Okay, we got our stuff. Just okay. I guess we've. Let's go. Well, I promised that we would explore Vienna, so let's go ahead and just explore for now. Even more routes can go straight to Venice, but I don't know yet. We're gonna go to Vienna first. There was a little daylight in Munich. The sky was shrouded in steam and oil fumes from the tractors and hydraulic excavators in the streets. Let's go to a cafe. I quickly returned to the safety of a cafe because I'm a fucking little bitch. And not wanting to become covered head to toe in soot. My poor jacket would not survive such an indignity. Your character is now well healed, whatever that may mean. And that's it? Well, that was exploration. Shit, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Let's go to Vienna. Driving from Vienna to Venice is quite possible. Isabel Poitiers, that's it. Vienna. Oh, we could go to Budapest. That's pretty interesting. I wonder if we get inside, though. Geopolitical jokes not really working. Let's go to Vienna. -9. That should be fun. On the Bozek car. Bozek. Wonder what the fuck that means. Still got a lot of money. For inexplicable reasons, there was no way to reboard the Orient Express at Munich. Something strange to do with custom laws, though I understand it was actually a retribution for unpaid fees. Sure. It seemed the Express charged countries for the privilege of being connected rather than the other way around. We ended up cramming ourselves into a steam-powered car instead and chugging along. Chuffing along. Fine. Let's talk to Fog, because I pissed the guy off so much. So, a shaped mustache, excellent. Yes, certainly. It was a pleasant enough ride, and our driver, Michael Hurz, regaled us with stories of his time on the Indian subcontinent. That sounds interesting. It seemed he had been employed to haul palanquins along the Grand Trunk Road connecting Kabul and Agra. Before Agra wandered away, he finished cryptically. His whole tale seemed outlandish. Well, let's see what he means. I demanded to know what he meant, but merely grinned mysteriously as he said, "Ah, the tales I could tell." As we arrived, the driver put out his hand to shake. I will be driving on to Budapest soon, if you want. All right. Kabul. Saffron crocus. Oh. What the hell does that mean? Yellow crocodile. I am in a roaring health, but we must make haste. Would you already want to go? Could go to, that's less expensive. We could take a ship. That'd be interesting too. To Athens. Oh, we could go so many places, guys. Oh my god. First off, Like, I promised we'd go to Vienna, so let's at least... well, we could plan. Like, we're not embarking yet. Arrives tomorrow. Okay, so we have an entire day left. Let's go to Venice. Or Budapest. Venice. Fuck it, we're going to Venice. It would appear we cannot go this way today. Okay, well, sure, then, why am I doing that? Let's, stay in a hotel then. We'll pass the night here in Vienna. Avicenna. We found a room in the newly opened Hotel Imperial in a suite built for Duke Philippe of Württemberg's maidservant. The view along the Ringstrasse was impressive. With Monsieur Fox settled, I hurried out to catch the steam orchestra performance I had learned of on the train. Well, let's go to the orchestra, because that's what we're going to go anyway. So, I found my 2 Parisian friends. Oh, they're back now. That's cool. Who, of course, remembered me and welcomed me to join them. I think seeing a fellow countryman came as something of a relief. Once finished, I made for the bar to enjoy this feminine company a while longer. After an hour or so, a group of men in fine dress came in and began making an unconscionable noise at the bar. I could no longer hear the music, so I retired. I went to ask them to be quiet. I listened in on them banter. Well, let's eavesdrop on these motherfuckers. I could hardly help it. And learned a most interesting thing. It seemed these men were local councillors who had been supervising a large movement of troops towards the train station destined for Belgrade and then Istanbul. Well, let's listen in. I mean, we're listening already. I tried to overhear more detail, but could catch little. Conversation quickly turned to mistresses and musicianship, and so I slipped away. Your character is now zestful. Okay. Yeah, my character's going all over the place. New routes. Belgrade, Sofia. Nice. I'm on... oh, okay. Well, we went there, so maybe we... oh, that's pretty expensive, though. Arrives today before 7 p.m. I guess it's an entire day, though. 1 p.m. We still have a couple of hours, so we could go explore. Let's look at the market first. Monkey Wrench. Why would I need that? Music box. Ooh, that's pretty good. We're gonna sell that. Suitcases are now more expensive. Front seat of a car. Well, we can't fit it anywhere. Jesus, time flies. Depart. We could depart. That music box is delightful. My old nanny used to hum me Für Elise. Na 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 na. Oh shit! I just went overboard. God damn. With what time I had during the day, I chose to avoid the station and the soldiers. Yeah, let's fuck the soldiers. We already know where they're going. But as I roamed the streets of Vienna, the presence of the army was everywhere. Although I did not see a single flesh and blood soldier, my dear friends, the rumors are quite real. The Austro-Hungarian Empire's might is built upon its armies of mechanical men. Their pewterfaces are homogeneously handsome. Weird. They are a magnificent sight, arranged in gleaming rows along the white Parisian-style boulevards. Their enamel uniforms shine to a polish. As I watched, I was approached by a bookish fellow who hurried out from under the impressive eagle-arched portcullis of the Zeughaus, the Imperial Armory. You think them fantastical? He demanded. A curious turn to his voice. Glorious, I replied. Beautifully crafted. They are more impressive than you could imagine. He stuck out his hand. Herr Dancer, apprentice engineer in the Imperial Kriegsorchestra. Oh, Jesus. I went to a cafe to talk. I plied him with wine. I shook his... No, let's go to a cafe. I don't want to pay for his shit. And, and once he started, he would not stop. Have you noticed none of the mechanical soldiers carry weapons? He hissed. What did you make of that? They are strong, I suppose. It is most unusual. That's annoying. I agreed. Inside of each one is a Mozart Haydn device, perfectly tuned, Herr Danzig replied. The song the soldiers sing is one of devastation. A battalion in harmony can punch through a steel wall. Well, that's rather silly. He drew a gilded flute from his scabbard and laid it on the table, looking at it thoughtfully. You are a musician yourself? I asked. Not really, he replied, shaking his head in an inconsolable expression on his soft features. I'm just a member of the Musiker Soldaten. I cannot reproduce his entire explanation, for it rather stretched my German, but it seems that the mechanical armies of Austro-Hungary are controlled by music. We have stayed one night already. When he asked me if I would be staying in the city tonight, we shall be moving on. He nodded. Very good notion, he agreed, but would not expand on the remark. And what of you? Will you ever leave Vienna? I dreamt of it, he confessed. As a boy, I longed to join the Artificers Guild. But for someone born in this country, it's impossible. The Kaiser and the Guild are sworn enemies. The Guild, I reminded him, were politically neutral, but he probably already knows that, but there's probably mitigating circumstances. I pitied his circumstances. His self-pity disgusted me. Well, let's pity the guy. To have his gifts twisted to a terrible purpose, not of his making, alas, I could only commiserate. He took his flute up once more and sadly put it away, and I gently took my leave. I strolled back along the avenues, watched the city pass by with new eyes under its gilded and manicured beauty, lurking something sharper and more bloodthirsty. Vienna was at once the city of music and the city of war. Well, fine day. Could go. It's so expensive. Jesus. Arrives tomorrow. Well, let's go to Budapest then. This promises to be a bothersome road. Holy shit, Monsieur Fogg's gonna die, guys. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go to Budapest. Can't wait to go to Antalya to sell that shit, because the Dutch boy in me is striking up. Doesn't help that I'm also never mind. Private car. Okay, we hired our friend Michael for the journey onward from Vienna to Budapest. The road followed the trail tracks for much of the way, but we saw no trains as we once more chuffed along. Let's hope to get Fogg in good spirits again, because I don't want the guy to die. Thank you. Your attentions are most beneficial. Well, it only got us 3 points of health. I wish it worked like that in real life. We arrived in the evening without incident. I'm not sure what Michael could have told us. The geometry equipment we could earn as well here. Geometry. Okay, do we have that though? Okay. But this is nothing. It's like it doesn't sell for anything. Nah. Vodka. Absinthe. Oh, that's that's a lot of money. Oh my god. That's a lot of money. That makes me think of going to Moscow. But I don't want to go to Moscow because I think it'd be too cold to travel along to Vladivostok. Could go to Japan though, that'd be interesting. Well, no, this journey is proving more tiring than I expected. Let's sleep then, or yeah, let's sleep, whatever. We'll pass the night here. It's Monday in Budapest. A dusty jacketed Englishman at our hotel recommended a restaurant called Clemens to Monsieur Fogg. The Magyars make an excellent broth, he promised. Ominous words indeed. I had never really been one for advice from dusty-jacketed fellows. No, that's just a broth. A broth is, in my humble opinion, merely an incomplete consommé. At best an inferior bouillon. Monsieur Fogg was set on the matter, however. I conceal my trepidation. That's a nice word. I could not argue. I was forced to cause a minor accident with distress. Like, I'm concerned for Fogg's health, because apparently, like, being nice to people is what hurts him, because he's a strange motherfucker. So if I don't know, I gotta be nice to the guy, so I'll conceal what I feel. And it's real. Like steel. I concealed my trepidation with professionalism. We settled to dinner at Clement's, where our soup arrived in a gleaming silver tureen. My master, a man of impeccably high standards, even remarked upon the tureen's flawless polish, at which point it exploded. Splattering myself, Monsieur Fogg, and an extremely bewildered waiter, admittedly delicious salmon broth. A fellow diner had been struck by the edge of the tureen lid and was bleeding from his temple. I rushed to his aid. Well, I want to help Fogg, because Fogg got really hurt over that. We just lost 10 points of his health. Or 11, actually. I attended my master, who looked remarkably unperturbed by the entire affair. Perhaps in England exploding entrees were commonplace? The head chef had, by this time, emerged from the kitchen. He pointed towards the wall and began a voluble rant which needed little translation. Oh, fucking shit! The broth had splattered the ivory wall in the intricately curved shape of a lily, unmistakably the symbol of the Artificers' Guild. I examined a ruined tureen. I begged over a waiter. Well, let's look at the tureen. Right at the bottom was a tiny automaton, the size and shape of a scarab beetle. It was rather clogged with soup and a bit dented, but its metal legs were still kicking. Clearly, it was responsible for the symbolically exploding soup. I don't know why I struggle with that one. That's an easy one. I pocketed it swiftly. Let's take it with us. While everyone's attention was otherwise occupied, it had the same lily etched into its hammered thin wings. I looked around at the chaos caused by a single bowl of exploding soup. What did you do to the guild? But the guild is a collection of repairmen and designers. I've never seen such a mess. Well, let's find out about the guild. Our waiter sighed. They were banned by the Emperor, and we could make our own imperial automata outside of their control. The guild is growing more vocal in its objections. Wow. Personally, I thought that the Austro-Hungarian Emperor was a fool. You probably shouldn't insult the king in his own court. The guild was growing heavy-handed. Such a matter smacked of European profligate. Oh, no, well, let's go. It's how are you doing? It was one thing to have a political dispute with the state about the production of automata. It was another to start ruining perfectly delicious dinners. We made our excuses. Well, let's stay for the main course. I mean, we're already there, aren't we? Stay for the main course, but did not enjoy it. What? The incident had rather shaken my confidence, and I could see even my master was concerned. How many more exploding broths could our precarious journey survive? I do not know. Your funds have gone down a little. Relations with Fogg have improved. Well, that's good. This scarab should fetch a good price in Antalya, if we don't find a use for it. Okay, so Antalya's definitely a place that we want to go, because that's where the money be at, boy. Let's go look around Budapest. Thessalonica. Nice. I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. And that's it. Well, a lot happens in Budapest, man. I want to kind of go to Athens, and especially like, I don't know, Belgrade. I don't know. Dubrovnik. I don't know. Somebody's going by balloon? They're staying true to the book, it seems. I don't know. Do they have anything to sell? No, they don't. Oh. Ugh, why do I keep doing that? Magyar. My cousin's Magyar, partly. That's pretty interesting. Got a weird family. We could do that, but why can't we go to Belgrade though? Like, I don't get it. Is that like impossible to go back? We could. Yeah. Well, we could do that. That's fine. So we'll go the next day, and then we can go to Izmir, and then through to Antalya. That should be good, right? Let's do that. Ah. Yeah. Oh, that's stupid. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's What in the bank? What can we do in the bank? Monsieur Fogg snapped shut his ledger. Let's see if this bank can offer us a good return for our time. Okay, let's go to the bank. It was a small affair, but efficiently looked after, and we were quickly seen to. We want to make a withdrawal, the manager asked. You may have to wait a day or two. Well, we're already staying an entire day, so... Ooh, I don't want to miss it, though. In a week? Hell no. We require £700, I said. The manager nodded. I will have to communicate with London first, of course, he apologized. I should have a reply tomorrow. It seems, Monsieur Fogg remarked as we left, we have some time to dispose of. Okay. Let's go to the hotel then. Tuesday. As night fell. Oh, yes, finally. Let's walk around. Let's look at the city. As night fell, I spent a few hours walking around and found a charming Slavic clerk who had lost a purse, which I helped to find. There's something about people losing their purses and stuff, and who then, in between fits of shouting, let it slip that merchant in Astrakhan will pay a huge amount for candles scented of rose from Bucharest. I assured him we were unlikely to head that way. Yeah, we're not going that way, but we can still thank him. And he shrugged and went about his business. Our funds will be ready to will be ready to collect when the bank opens. Tapping the clock will skip time forwards. At 12 p.m. Okay. I don't know. Is there really nothing that we can like buy here or something? And we have the scarab. Oh, that's a lot of money. Ooh hoo hoo. Ooh hoo hoo. I guess we're not missing out much when we could have gone to Moscow, you know. So let's go a little. Come on. Funds, get the funds. Hit and run, split and gun. I got about 50 guns. We returned to the bank at the opening time to collect our funds, and then we were ready to proceed once more. That's great. Okay, let's go right now. Thessaloniki. Oh, what? Oh, man. Damn it. Departs tomorrow. So I guess we can't go to Belgrade. Well, we'll have to wait for tomorrow. God damn. I was just hoping to get some money so we could have, like, some security, but whatever. Whew. Yeah, let's give it another day. Maybe Monsieur Fogg will heal, hopefully. Before retiring, I attended to Monsieur Fogg. Let's do that. Ensuring he had fresh tea. He's at full health. The relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly. I'm in a roaring health, but we must make haste. What do you mean, roaring good or roaring bad? Embark, we're going to Thessalonica. The luggage, right? Okay, good, great. The Orient Express. There we go. Taking our sweet time. Take a look at my altimeter. Today we turn south. The Orient Express company ran a spur line from Budapest that swept down the length of Europe to Athens. It originally stopped midway at Belgrade, but since that city's almost... but we had no reason to stop in Middle Europe anyway. But that's, let's see, destruction in the last confrontation between the Austro-Hungarians and the Ottomans. The train now went straight through. It was, so I guess it's completely fucked. It was a wonder there were not more bombs. Such destruction. It was to be hoped, taught the powers that be a lesson about tolerance. Let's converse. Begin conversation. Greetings, Madame Guard. Show me your ticket first, please. Yes, monsieur. How can I help you? Thessaloniki. I need to know about Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is named after the half-sister of Alexander the Great. Jesus, what's not named after Alexander the Great? Alexandria, though. That's interesting. Let's go to Izmir. Is it possible to go from Thessaloniki to Izmir? Let's just say that some buyers will pay well for geometric equipment from Izmir, but now you are holidaymakers. What? That doesn't. What? Answer my question, woman. Yeah. No. Well, no, not really. But I'll say yes because I don't trust you. I suppose we are. Yes. Let me recommend the Aegean coast. I grew up there. Most beautiful. Oh, I don't know why I gave her a German accent then. Mount Elbrus, Alexandria, Athens, Sophia. I don't know. What about Athens? Is there a route from Thessaloniki to Athens? Absolutely. Thessaloniki is linked to Athens aboard the Greek coastal train. Athens to Dubai. What? How does that work? Is there a route from Athens to Dubai? Look here. You can pick up demijohns. I want to fucking make it Arabic. Demijohn. That's French. Of olive oil in Dubai that will sell for a fortune in Bandar Abbas. But we're not going to fucking Bandar Abbas. Where's that even? That's like Ethiopia or something? Orient Express. Despite knowing to expect it, I could not help but gasp as we swept through the empty husk of Belgrade. It seemed home only to ghosts. Trees and bushes grew from the tall buildings. It was like a perfectly preserved museum exhibit. No. And through empty window frames. But we did not spy a single human being. Quite what had happened, no one truly knew. The roads, houses, viaducts were all still standing. The gas lamps still burned, but not a single voice cried out, and not a door or shutter moved. I asked Monsieur Fogg his thoughts, and he sighed. I fear that our age is seeing a great experimentation in warfare, much as in every other walk of life. I fear so. Indeed, he replied, but at least the trains move faster. His answer seemed to me as bleak as Belgrade itself, but as the Orient Express left it behind, it carried us towards a long evening of gentle wines and candlelight, which I could barely stomach, which went some way towards lightening the soul. Let's do barely stomach. I want to be kind of brutish. That's funny. We could talk some more to the guy. What is your wish, master? Passepartout, there you are. Let's talk about his health, because I'm kind of concerned. How are you feeling, monsieur? I am in fine form, but we must make haste, okay? How is our progress, monsieur? Day 9, I believe. Early days. Very good. This guy is so insightful. He helps me out with this stuff, man. Wow. We arrived at Thessaloniki station in northern Greece in the morning. We disembarked without delay. Relations with fog have strengthened. That's good. The guy's gonna start falling in love with me. Thessaloniki. Oh, nice tower. It seems to be no departure. Okay, let's take a look at what they have here. Egyptian cigars. Leather gloves. What do we need that for? Canadian train. What? Canadian? Why is that here? Why? Let's buy that. Seems good. Let's go about Thessaloniki. New routes. Go to Istanbul, Bucharest. I kind of want to go to Istanbul as well. I wonder if we can go to the Hagia Sophia. The people of this city are crazy. They go out in the evening to tear down what remains of the city wall. I've never seen such a thing. They are unpaid laborers for their state, granted. It was not as though the walls keep anything out. They encircle barely half the city and are easily scalable due to the quantity of rubble piled up this side and that. I stopped a young woman, bagels, and asked what they were doing. I stopped the young woman and asked what they were doing. They. Okay, let's ask him. But she only laughed in my face. I don't know what a Greek accent is. You may not know our city now, she replied, not in the least bit answering my question. But soon we will encompass the entirety of northern Greece. I hope that's anywhere close. A mighty prize. I agreed in earnest, and she nodded wildly before raising the sledgehammer as she brought along for the occasion. She set about the ancient walls once more and scurried away lest I lose my hat. Well, let's help out. But though I got into the spirit of the action, I must be honest, I did not enjoy it. I am a gentleman's gentleman, and my handiwork is delicate. What a bitch. Good to see you were well armed with that hammer. What, you sit there and watched? Departs 7 p.m. Arrives tomorrow. We could go straight to Izmir, but there's no real reason to go to Istanbul. Arrives today. I want to go to Izmir. 7. So we have a little bit of time. Is there anything else we can do? Market again? No. Why did they have the Canadian train thing? Timetable. Why? Let's go to Izmir. I made a very special automaton. I think it works as a driver now. Okay, some buyers will pay well for... Sure, let's go. Well, we have 3. We have 3? Since when do we have 3? Well... Open luggage? Oh, shit. Hey, did we get that for free? Wait. Let's go, and the time is still ticking. Levels higher for extra space. Oh, what? Baking sunshine and mild seas. This promises to be a wearisome option, but the traveling cloak from our gentleman traveler set should make my master more comfortable. Well, let's hope. And there we go. Over to Izmir. We boarded the daily ferry across the Aegean Sea and then set out on the deck enjoying the sunshine. Let's do that. Getting some much needed rest. Let's converse. I'm at your service, Monsieur Fogg. Why, my dear Passepartout? Begin about money. How are our funds? We are quite comfortable. Okay. What have you learned about Izmir? The Ottoman inventor Hayyan al-Saffar died in Izmir. What? Ask Monsieur Fogg about Istanbul. Did you discover anything in the paper about Istanbul? Many Istanbulis disagree with the policies of the Sublime Porte, or Porte. Very good. Very good. Other passengers milled around, talking loudly and drinking ouzo chilled by chips of ice carving from blocks in the hold of the ship. But they're still carving out ice? I thought they had like refrigerators for them now at this time. Or is that the 1880s? Don't know. The boat had the air of a market cafe. Captain, yeah, I don't. Let's be racist. Now let's go to the market cafe. The boat had the air of a market cafe or the gathered crowd before a concert. Clearly, sunshine is good for the soul. Otherwise, I spent my time in conversation. Let's get more info. Hoping to gather information for our next journey, and I picked up from a remarkably energetic Persian gentleman that a lost city stands in the desert between Beirut and Baghdad. Baghdad. Okay. Some city between Beirut and Baghdad. What could that be? The geometry equipment should be quite valuable here. Well, I don't think we still have it though. Let's take a look at where we can go. We can't go to Antalya yet? Oh man, what? Might just have to go to Istanbul. Well, let's go sleep. We'll pass the night here in Izmir. The port of Smyrna, or Izmir as the locals called it, was the gateway to the Ottoman trade with Europe. The British and French had their own consulates and private quays. Quays? Although sadly that meant most of the boats were going the wrong way. At least for our purposes. I struck up a conversation with a Greek textile merchant. I roamed the dock inquiring on, well, you can hear the muezzin in the background. Going crazy. Marking off bolts of raw silk for export to Venice. What's your trade? She asked in the French of the merchant class. Or are you a tourist? Inlaid metalwork, I lied. Guilty as charged. I offered her a charming smile, but her eyes merely narrowed. I do not understand tourists. Why go somewhere unless you have a purpose? She made another mark in her ledger. Ooh, that was an awful sound. With more words than was strictly required. We are going around the world. Pleasure is a purpose. I'm at my master's mercy. We're going around the world, I declared with my customary enthusiasm. She rolled her eyes so thoroughly. I feared she would do herself an injury. Oh, bagels. I should have expected nothing else from a culture which invented the galette. She sighed, but, to my chagrin, declined to elaborate upon a distaste for the delicious foodstuff. Yeah, I don't know. I asked her about onward travel. Sure. And she shrugged. I have no idea of the most pleasant journeys, she replied, but the fastest must surely be the Kamartaj from Istanbul to Tehran and beyond. It is a whole new kind of engine, they say. I bade her farewell. As the moon rose, a sailor played a tune on a lyre, while his compatriots sang along. It was a beautiful night in Izmir. New routes discovered. Let's see where we can go. So straight to Tehran, Herat, and Kabul. I want to go to Antalya though. Is there really no route to Antalya? I guess we can go to Istanbul. That'd be pretty interesting, right? Seems pretty interesting. But I'm gonna pause the game this time. That'll be for the next time, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. And next Monday we'll be traveling to, Istanbul, Constantinople, to see if we can find out more. And perhaps we'll be going to the Far East, or Southeast, Southwest Asia, Middle East, whatever, man. Who came up with these terms? Middle East, what the hell? So yeah, should be interesting. See you around next Monday. Fun day. It's gonna be great. I love you, man.